The Nebraska ethanol industry continues to be a terrific catalyst for economic growth in the state.
This industry is just going to grow.
The ethanol plants are going to be booming.
I think it's a really good thing for the Midwest.
We're seeing opportunities at the local level for value-added processing and new job creation.
Their main problem is finding enough workers. In fact, our graduates are very highly placed right now, and they are looking for more. So we're going to recruit more students into this industry.
One of the delights of my professional career in ethanol development in Nebraska has been to see the response among educational institutions in the state, but particularly the community colleges. We realized that we were on the cusp of a terrific growth period in terms of ethanol activity in the state, and we knew we needed to have a strong and willing and trained workforce to respond to that need. We were fortunate to approach the Northeast Community College and explain the opportunities here that availed us of the entire community college system, so that we were able to go statewide, work with the community colleges, work with a number of outstanding professionals in that educational sector, and create a program that we knew would be responsive to the needs of companies that were developing ethanol plants, would be responsive to specific skill sets that were required of the industry. And as a result of that, we've seen a great opportunity for Nebraska students and others to continue to train toward a sector that we think offers a terrific growth opportunity in a variety of different disciplines.
Hi, I'm Randy Sigel, and I'm an instructor with the Renewable Fuels Technology Program in Nebraska. Behind me is the Husker Ag plant. We're going to be visiting today, talking about ethanol plant processes and also about job opportunities in the ethanol industry. Explain to us a little bit about what the screens are showing and what a boiler operator does.
Okay, right now we just started up the dryer, turned the burner on, and it takes a while to get comfortable with running everything. Mechanical classes are important for just so you know how equipment runs and keep it running, and math is important. We do quite a bit of math here.
In your job as utilities manager, I know that you mentioned that you work a lot with the water in the plant. What types of water systems do you work with, and what are some of the skills needed in those jobs?
Well, on the potable water system, which is our drinking water, you got to have a grade 4 Nebraska operator or water operator's license. Otherwise, we have an RO system and water softeners, cooling towers, and boilers. Most of the guys I have came with a farm background. Running payloaders, tractors, skid loaders, just grain handling equipment in general. The mechanical aptitude will always be beneficial, just to figure out how things are supposed to work. The two most important ones would be a little bit of chemistry and a little bit of mechanical aptitude.
Could you describe a little bit about what you do as a commodity manager?
I market all the co-products coming out of the plant, the dry distillers as well as modified wet distillers, and I do all the scheduling for the loads going out. You need to have a grain grading class to get your license to grade corn coming into the plant, and you know, more so than that, just to be able to communicate with people at the scale. Just be on your toes all the time, and just keep everything in good organization and stuff. So.
What types of skills would a student need to work in the maintenance department in an ethanol plant?
Oh, I look for a lot of work ethic and safety, attitude, and then mechanical ability. You got to be willing to learn too, because they don't teach you everything.
Now, what's your background? What did you do before you came into the ethanol industry to kind of prepare you to be a maintenance manager?
I went to school to be a welder.
Okay.
And then I worked maintenance at a packing house for 5 years and learned they had training programs, so I learned all my electrical and all that stuff through there.
Do you think maintenance in ethanol plants has a sound future, or I mean that the industry will, continue to grow or need maintenance people?
As long as the industry's here, they will, because stuff don't run forever.
Yeah, stuff breaks down, sure.
Breaks down.
Yeah. Could you tell me some of what you do as a quality control manager?
As the quality control manager, my responsibilities are kind of wide. You have the maintenance and repair of all the instruments, validating methods, keeping up with new technologies, monitoring the process samples and numbers, as well as the quality control of the ethanol, the final product, and the byproducts, the corn oil, the DDG.
Could you give me some idea of the types of attributes or skills that a student needs to have when they go into the ethanol field?
An eagerness to learn, be dependable and reliable. That it's always good for a person to be very adaptable going into an ethanol plant. Things are always changing day to day, and for you to be able to fit in and adapt and move to different departments.
One thing I think that was really key for me is making the transition through an associate's degree. When I first exited high school, I wasn't really sure what path was correct for me. And I took the route of getting an associate's degree first, and then furthering that with a bachelor's on top.
You've had some interns in your plant in the last couple of years from the Renewable Fuels Technology Program. And could you describe what that process has been like from an employer's point of view?
Well, actually, the first interns we ever had out here at Husker Ag were the interns from Northeast Community College. And the results were just tremendous. We really appreciate the interns we had that first year, and in fact, one of them now has permanent employment here at the plant. We're supporters of that program, and we'd like to see it continue on.
The program in general just gave me a really good sense of what the ethanol industry was all about. A lot of the things that were going on in all areas of the plant, so I just wasn't focused on one aspect of the plant, either process or lab or utility. It was an overview of everything. I really had no mechanical background when I decided I want to go into ethanol. I came from the healthcare industry. And so the courses devoted to electricity, devoted to mechanical fundamentals, it helped me learn why they're using certain pipes, certain valves. The DCS, the Digital Control System simulator, it's used in every plant. And being able to work with a simulator, and even though I don't deal with some of those things directly in my job as a lab assistant, just gave me the confidence that I could sit in front of a DCS in a plant and not be intimidated or scared by the number of screens.
And this DCS training that we're doing right now it's really, you understand what's going on because all the classes you had beforehand, so this is just putting it all together, and you feel very comfortable when you go to a plant. Well, some of the classes that I've valued were like the process chemistry. It made you understood what was going to go on in the plant, you understand how to do tests and everything like that. I've been in the Renewable Fuels Program for 2 years now, and I'm going to graduate in the spring. Going to have an interview coming up, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to accept me.
Have you been able to interview for a permanent position?
Not as of yet, because I want to continue my education. I want to earn my bachelor's degree and hopefully become a member in the managerial aspect of the business.
Have you been able to find a job?
Yeah, actually I'm working part-time at a plant right now and go full-time once I graduate, so it wasn't really easy finding a job right away.
What brought you into the program?
Well, I guess it's agriculture related. I was raised on a farm and I just want to stay in the agriculture-based society and stuff, and good paying jobs. I just heard everything good about it.
I expected to get a lot bigger, be a lot more job opportunities, and
it really has a bright future
really good opportunity.
You got a foot in the door right now, you're going to be way up there when everything else gets going.
Ethanol is really what's set to become our next liquid fuel, big liquid fuel.
In a science-related field, there weren't a lot of jobs in the small-town community areas, and I was happy to be able to move back to a small-town community to raise my family and yet still be able to have a role in a science-related field, and especially ethanol.
It's got something for everybody. Basically, you know, the majority of our students at the college, most of them are traditional. And basically they'll get their 2-year degree and go out and be employed. There's a program for the non-traditionals where they can be involved in the training. They can either do it online or they can come to our campus and do that. We also have an online program where they can get a certificate, so they don't even have to come on campus for that particular, so that could be anybody, especially people living close to an ethanol plant.
But what I see it doing is giving young people the added skills to be able to go in and fill these positions in the plant and actually fill them, you know, at a higher level than what someone without the training would have.
One of the goals as we began our ethanol recruitment program many years ago was to create good quality rural jobs, and we really have a success story to tell with regard to ethanol. We've got more than 24 plants currently operating across the state today, and there's a terrific opportunity for students and others seeking employment in the future to look at these as a catalyst for job creation really across the state, including in some of our smallest communities. That in and of itself is a terrific success of the ethanol industry. And we're going to continue to have those sort of high quality jobs across a variety of different disciplines because the ethanol industry will continue to grow and will continue to create a whole host of opportunities beyond the ethanol plant itself for job creation, manufacturing, and professional services.